Who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied. If one of us goes down, we have another, and another, and another that's ready to fight. So let's hit this field and bang them, bang them, bang them. Somebody, light me up.
It's time to huddle up. It's the Turf District Podcast. Welcome back to the Turf District, where we huddle up to talk all things Edmonton Elks and the CFL. Thank you for joining us here on a Tuesday night. I know there's a very important hockey game on for a lot of people, but we're going to talk a little bit of football and then probably get to that game. So let's. The whole gang is here. We're excited. Training camp is opened. How you doing, Superfan Mike?
Super good. It is Monday, not Tuesday.
Oh, right.
It's a little confusing.
Correct. Yeah. I'm so used to it being Tuesday. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is the most wonderful time of the year. And in honor of that, I will not sing. So, yay.
Thank you for just joining in and telling us all about it. Yes.
That's right.
Yes. And Commissioner, you are here as well. How you doing?
Am I? Oh, yes. So I am.
Yes, you are.
She dare.
Yeah. Sorry, why aren't you singing?
Oh,
Well,
because it was my gift to you.
Oh, I don't
It is
know.
me not singing. Yeah.
Now I
trust
feel
me.
like I need to take you to karaoke.
Yeah. That's going to need a lot of liquor.
I can do that.
There we go.
Commission's good at that, I hear. Yeah.
Check your phones at the door. Here we go.
Or don't, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you for joining us. If you're joining us live, either on YouTube or Twitch, or possibly you've downloaded the podcast, or possibly you're joining us on Edmonton Sports Talk Radio. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us here on this Monday night. Well, not Monday night if you're listening to it after, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you're live, make sure you throw your comments, questions, anything, whichever platform you are watching. We will get to a few of those right in the show. There won't be overtime this evening, just because we usually get more overtime stuff once games are being played. But for now, we will get into just taking a couple of questions as we go before we finish the show. Also, check out our stores, zazzle.ca/store/turf_district_shop. Lots of new stuff there, and we will have new tailgate stuff there coming before too terribly long. Although today we have to mention we're going a little different, and we are going a little radically Canadian. These shirts are available through the Ottawa team store.
Yes.
You can find them lansdownesports.ca/CFL-gear. And you will get to this site, and they have hoodies, they have t-shirts, and a whole bunch of other wonderful CFL swag. So go grab your stuff there. Cam, thanks for reaching out to us to let us know. I'm glad that we could put these on for today and probably many days.
Yes.
It was wonderful for going down for media.
Yes.
So it's wonderful. Thank you so much. And they are fantastic shirts. So highly recommend getting your radically Canadian look. All right. We have a few things to talk about this evening. Just a few. The first, as we said many times, camp is open. And
Cheers.
with that, exactly. Cheers to all that
Mhm.
celebrate. Yes, it's wonderful. And we have some thoughts on the first couple of days. Now, granted, it's only been a couple of days, so we don't have, a ton of things
They're
to
not
go off of.
insights. Yeah.
But there's a few things that we want to go off. So let's start with you, Kamish. How was the first couple of days of camp for you?
Well, as always, the first day is not so much about the football, but the people you're surrounded by. At least for me, I didn't get a lot of looks, but one thing that I can comment on is today it felt like a much more cohesive training camp. The guys started to relax into their roles with each other. The chemistry was a little bit more there just from what I've spotted. And, I think we've had a few standouts today. Some names and numbers that were kind of crossed from yesterday into today, which is exciting. And I got a receiver mixed up. I thought they were a different person. So that's always fun.
It's going to
always
happen
my-
a lot.
In my
Yeah.
defense, though, they were both named Smith and they were both 80 in the 80s. So
Oh, right.
I got them mixed up.
Fair.
Arkel, Germanic, 86 to 89. Yeah.
Germanic's not there anymore.
And
but yeah.
Germanic's
No, I
not
know.
here anymore. So yeah,
I know,
yeah.
but I thought
I see.
Arkel
Gotcha.
was Germanic.
Oh,
So I was like,
yeah.
wasn't he wearing 89 last year? And I was like, that
Yeah.
is an entirely different person, Kayla. Good
We
for
do have
you.
3 Smiths on the team now, so that's good.
Oh, heavens. Yeah. Yes,
And-
yes, yes.
And one in our hearts, right here.
It's true.
That's right.
But I'm sure we have much more to talk about. But that is my brief synopsis of football is back, baby.
That's
Yes.
one. That was an excellent synopsis. I'm super fan. Give me your thoughts.
I mean, it was just, first of all, Sunday's always great because getting to see the football family again. We haven't seen a lot of them for some of them, it's almost 6 months. For others, it's certainly at least a month or so or more. And that's always the best. Getting those hugs from everybody, getting to see everyone talk football, see how excited everybody is probably my highlight of day one of camp for sure. And then just being like, we're at Commonwealth Stadium watching people in green and gold on the field. And that always feels so good. I think the first focus for me was just sort of seeing early on who's stepping into those spots that were sort of up for grabs, right? We have a lot of new receivers, but we still weren't sure who was going to fit in those starting roles. We have with Tomas Jacardila and David Foucault gone. We weren't sure who was going to play the other guard spot opposite Cordy. So we were able to see some of that kind of thing, who's going to be playing at some of those different spots on the defensive backfield, that kind of thing. So really exciting to see that. It doesn't mean a lot. Talking to Dave Campbell earlier today, he talked about TJ Hill in 2011, played the entire camp at safety and then switched to the Sam linebacker position on the first day of the regular season. So it means nothing, right? But it is still a little hint maybe on what they're expecting them to maybe fit in that role, and it's maybe theirs to lose. So a lot of fun there. And then just seeing some of those new ones and seeing how they stand out. So we saw a lot of guys that we kept saying, who's wearing number 85? Who's wearing number 17?
Yeah, those were the big ones. Those are
yeah.
the ones that we mentioned a lot. And 25. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
25,
25.
exactly. So,
Yeah.
And there were other guys as well that stood out. We didn't get as much chance to see the defense because they're kind of off to the side there. But there were still a couple of guys that were breaking
There
through
were.
and making some impressive statements, I think, on the first couple of days.
Yeah. And shout out to Christine, too, at the team store for
Yes.
just making us feel so warm inside. So wonderful.
Literally and figuratively today because it was so cold
It was
outside. So it
very
was nice to
cold.
be inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she gives the greatest hugs.
She does.
True.
Yeah, so thank you, Christine. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I will say, I agree with you, Mike. The having the football family, and Kayla, football family there on the first day, and just the fact that everybody's kind of getting that chance to make jokes with each other again is just so great.
Those
Janelle
early
and Sean-
nicknames.
Yeah,
Yeah.
early nicknames. That's right. Yeah, Janelle and Sean being there. I know they've had a rough couple of weeks, and
Yeah.
are lots of thoughts and hugs to both of you.
Yeah.
But Janelle still shows up with chocolate chip cookies that I ate almost all of, and they
Yep.
were unbelievable. So thank you. It was just that is definitely a
Yes.
highlight. The one thing I'll say about because this is our first camp, obviously seeing with Coach Killam, the first day was a lot more learning, a lot
Right.
more. It was a bit slower paced. It was a
Mhm.
bit.
Mhm.
It was only a 2-hour session instead of the 3-hour session.
Yep.
But it was also just. It just seemed really well thought out, where there was a lot more time to kind of get into it with the guys and be like, this is where I need you to be.
Right.
And I'm a big fan of that kind of coaching. I later on in the week, I want to try and get a little lower in the stands so that I can hear some of
Mhm.
the
Right.
coaching. But and also seeing some drills that I hadn't regularly, like they're variations of things we've seen before,
Sure.
but still, like I said that to Jason Tucker today, that I thought he has one where they have to kind of, duck under these hurdles and then kind of spin around and come back through the hurdle. And I was just saying, like, that's a tough one for Zach Mathis.
Right.
And he's like, well, got to get low. And it's just that type of stuff. I just love watching how coaches do their craft as well.
Right.
And this is kind of one of their big times to shine. So I really, really liked that part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not on the right cue here. There we
Preseason for
go.
us too. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Oh, nice. Well
Nice.
done.
Now the Mike, you were talking to me earlier about one of the surprises for you was just the 4, I guess, quarterbacks in camp.
Yeah.
So obviously Trey Ford is the starter. Cody Fajardo is the backup. I guess we can probably start calling him Cody Fajardo now that he's on our team. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll ask him.
Yeah.
Then they brought in and I can never
William
remember.
McIlvain.
Thank you. Yep. And then of course we have the U of A quarterback
Eli Hetlinger.
Hertling. Yeah. Give me a couple more thoughts on that, because I think both you and I are a bit surprised by that.
Yeah, I think it's a little surprising. I don't think I can remember a camp in recent memory where we had less than 5 QBs, just because you need guys throwing a lot, and you don't want to wear these guys out before we even get to that preseason game. So when we brought in McIlvain, I thought, oh, great, there's another name. And then the same press release talked about Jarrett Dagey being released,
Mhm.
which was a real surprise. But we talked to our good friend Paul from Vancouver Island, and he said, I don't think that we've seen the end of signings of quarterbacks. So possibly expect 1 or 2 more maybe coming in the next couple of weeks. So.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's good to know. But
Yeah.
yeah, it did seem a little odd that was it. Nice, Tim. Fajardo on the Elks, MBT on the Alouettes. It's crazy.
What's
happening?
Whopperoo.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. That was almost
There's a
good
Dusty.
Dustin Neal. So yeah, exactly. Yeah. I did set the over under on the first what is happening for this year at 3.5 quarters.
Oh, quarters. Okay, I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
games. I was
No,
like,
3.5
It's-
quarters. So what do you take over or under on that?
I'll take the under.
Commish?
are we counting preseason or just regular season games?
Just regular season.
He doesn't call this preseason.
I'm gonna go over because I think it's gonna happen in a fourth quarter.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh.
do the same thing. I'm gonna say fourth.
But if it's
quarter.
early in the fourth quarter, I still
I
take
know. Yeah, no, because it's 3.5. Oh, 3.5
Yeah.
quarters. I said, yeah, you're right. I meant 2.5.
There we
Oh,
are.
I'm still sticking with
Ah,
the
3.5 it is. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna say I'm still going over because I screwed up my own. It's preseason for me.
It's
Good,
preseason.
gotta really these next few weeks. I'm gonna have to just come up with prop bets so I can kind of get myself back into
Right.
the rhythm. Yeah, so that I'm all set to go. Commish, what did you think about some of the stuff on the field? And who's the guys that stood out to you?
I actually thoroughly enjoyed watching Cody throw. Those were whistles, man. Those were beautiful throws. And we know from past experience that Trey never has like an exceptional camp. And while he was throwing some good ones, there were some missed opportunities, but I'm not concerned. Day 2. So chill out, everybody. This is my observation. Okay. I'm a stan.
Yeah.
But it is a treat to have somebody who is a vet standing behind Trey, and hopefully they really do have a good partnership and a learning curve, because I think Cody could teach Trey some very valuable things, and that includes throwing a very tight ball. And some of those were in tight coverage that Cody threw to his receivers. So I was impressed, and I'm like, yeah, I think this was a good decision. Like, I know I wanted a Mazzoli, but I think that Cody was probably the better option. So, who am I? I'm all fangirl here. I don't do things by logic, so I can't blame me.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
But yeah, there was a couple numbers. I think all three of us had said 25 in Artavius Pierce.
Mhm.
Yes. And it was even Janelle and I joking the first day because we were like talking about some of the names that were like, yes. And Artavius Pierce was one of them. We're like, yes, that is Artavius Pierce. Running down the field, and oh, look at that. He just made some guy miss.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful chaps. Anyway, no, I love a good running back like Mike, right? I mean, you can't compete with my Justin Rankin right now, but hey, if I can have a 25, I know we both had that number pegged out with Reggie Bush, Christian Salisbury. 25 is a good number on this squad. So I'm looking forward to see. Obviously, I can't go to any more training camps, so but yeah, 25 was a good pick, and there was one more, but I have to go through the list again that I kept seeing. One of them was Benjamin, but that was just because
87?
of his name. Yeah.
He had some good plays though.
Benjamin, he did, Victor, but it was mostly like I just like saying Benjamin is out there.
It's true.
But yeah, no, there honestly, like there were a lot of fellas who kind of they made some pretty good plays, but I'll let you guys take. Oh wait, no, Isaiah Knight. That was my other one.
Isaiah Knight. Yeah.
Isaiah Knight, number 34. Yeah. Again, another running back, had some great catches and some great runs, and he can bust some ankles, I think. He was the one that was like, I was like, okay, just don't break your ankle kind of thing.
Yeah.
Was that Isaiah?
Don't break your own ankle when you're down.
Like he was
the other guys. Yeah.
Really like stutter stepping, and you're like, geez Louise, like just careful, okay? It's only day 2. But yeah,
It's early.
yeah.
One of our draft picks. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, some of our defensive vets are just like, you're like, oh, come on, like, woo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to see Niles back on the field again.
Niles,
really is.
Nick, you know.
Yeah.
I have a soft spot for Cordell Jackson, so I'm really happy he's back. I'm really hoping he steps up because I think he has a really bright future. And I know he made some really big mistakes last year, but there's something about him.
All right, fair enough.
I get that.
What about you, super fan?
Obviously, we've been watching the offense more because we're on that side of the field, and especially the receivers and numbers that I said earlier. We kept asking about were 85 and 17.
Yep.
JJ Lapp, or as we call him, not Gavin Cobb, and number 17, CJ Hutton, really seemed to stand out so far for me, for the new guys especially. And then the other guy was Arkell Smith. Again, talked about him as well. He's been doing a lot of time with the ones as that 5th receiver spot, and didn't look out of place. He seems to have really kept that groove going, and I think he's being rewarded for it.
Because he had an injury, correct? Last season, that's what took him out.
There was an injury.
He came back the second half of the season. Yeah.
But I mean, then Germanic came back in. So
Yeah. Look at all the Smiths. I will say that I was keeping an eye on Alexander Hollins too, because just adding him, and we're going to get to all the signings and all those shoes in a second, but those shoes, they are what were we calling them? Upper deck, because the shoes match the color
Linda,
green and the higher.
Linda
deck.
calls him Upper Deck. That's his new name. Sorry.
That's perfect. But you know what? The speed is there, and it looked like there was some good conversations between him and Trey about where to be, and because he obviously added in late addition before camp. So, but yeah, I was pretty happy with seeing how that has progressed already, and we're only just a couple of weeks in. So
absolutely,
lots of excitement. Really like Mark Killam's post practice scrums. He's very straight up, and they did a lot of special teams work in the first 2 days, probably more special teams work in a first 2 day stretch than I've seen in an entire first week of training camp. So I like that. I think that's where a lot of these guys are going to make the team, because a lot of those starter positions are kind of locked up, and guys might jump, but they're going to make it on special teams. So I'm glad they're having that focus, and nice to see that there is that focus, that we can improve that part of the team. So
Absolutely.
And those one-on-ones too that we were spotting on the sidelines, one of the coaches in particular with 56, who was that? Shaquille Green, was that his? No, Brown.
Yeah.
On the sideline. I still don't know who that coach was, but I really appreciated how he was taking the time to develop his skills and showing him some maneuvers. I love that. I love seeing the personal side of the coaching and the player. Like in my opinion, a really good sign for things ahead, when you're willing to put some one-on-one time with a specific player who wants to get better, but also a coach who wants you to get better.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I agree. So lots of excitement going on. As far as the ones and twos so far, on the offensive line, we had talked about, Mike, you had said that we weren't sure who was going to slot into that right guard position. Cordy has slid over to the left guard position. And in the right guard position, his name was just
Gregor McGeller.
Thank you. Yes, the other signing that we had from Toronto has slid over in there. So so that's on there. And on the defensive line, the ones right now seem to be Robbie Smith, Jake Serezna, Brandon Barlow, right?
Yep. At end,
4, yeah.
And and good Lord, Andrew Blakeman? No, Brinkman. There you go, Jared Brinkman. I'm like, it's a B with an M with a man at the end. Got it.
B-Man.
Yeah, B-Man. Oh, that's a great nickname. I like that one. B-Man up the middle. It's lovely. So lots to see in these next couple of weeks. Mike and I will be at camp the rest of this week. And so we will have more reporting on that next week. Let's go through quickly our draft class, because we did have some signings out of that as well, that we've signed all of them except the one we couldn't. And so let's talk about that, because that happened before or after we did our last show. So we first for us was defensive lineman Darian Newell out of Queens. He is the one that is not signed, because he is sitting out a year due to a banned substance.
1 or 2.
Yeah, 1 or 2. What did they say? 9?
9.
9.
Probably all in the same cocktail. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So he will be sitting out for a year, but at defensive lineman, we're probably okay. So another year is not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Keep yourself in shape, son. So
because of that, he fell in the draft, and they anticipated to be a top 2 pick. So had that not happened, we wouldn't have the opportunity. So the fact that we can wait for him a year, I think is great for us.
So that was known before the draft started.
Yeah, it's it, and really in the long run, it was kind of it was almost like a futures pick, right?
Yeah, felt like we drafted a dead guy when we're good.
Yeah.
It only happened twice.
Oh my God.
Twice? I thought it was only once.
No, it's happened twice. They have 2 people that have been drafted had already been dead.
Wow. Okay.
It's the CFL, baby.
That's right. It's amazing.
We're radically Canadian.
Drafting corpses. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, you don't see that in any other league, let me tell you. That's right. Then we went with fullback Skylar Griffiths. He is 6'3", 225 out of UBC.
Good size.
He can play fullback, tight end, and of course on special teams. They see a lot of different roles for him. Then we went to running back Isaiah Knight, who is out of UBC, which Kayla, you've already mentioned, has impressed with his speed up front for sure. Defensive lineman Silas Hubert came next. He was also out of Queens, so we were really focused on UBC and Queens to start here. 6'5", 260 pounds, and ran a 4.76 40-yard dash. China.
He'll get to the
nuts.
QB.
Yeah, that's not so bad. I don't mind that pickup at all. Then we started filling up our offensive line. Domenico Piazza out of McGill. He was playing left tackle at McGill, so does have some. Why do you shake your head at that?
I just love that name, Domenico Piazza.
It's a good name.
Yeah, it's going to look great on a jersey.
Yeah.
Offensive lineman Daniel Hosevar was signed out of Guelph. Then wide receiver Colby Herford out of the U of A, out of Redwater. So that's kind of cool. And we did mention his name a couple of times today. Yeah. So he is doing a few things. Not as many as Lap, but we did.
But it's true.
That's for you, Tim Capper. Yeah, that's our favorite player. So we also had a global draft. We drafted 2 linebackers, Richard Jabuner from Nigeria, but he just played at the Troy. Yep. And then he did do a Seahawks camp as well. So he does have a little bit of pro experience. And then linebacker Alex Rake. Do I think Rake? Do you think
could be Reich? I'm not even
sure. Yeah. Anyway, from Switzerland, but was playing with the University of Kansas. So
go Jayhawks.
Wow. Look at you go.
The Jayhawks, yeah. We've had a few people that have come over there. Willie Blitz being a big one, yeah.
All right, fair enough. So our draft class, like I said, there's a couple that we've already noticed at camp, but they are there. Many other roster moves.
Tons.
All right, ready for the list?
Give her.
Okay, let's start. What do you want to start with? Signings or released?
Let's do signings. Let's get the
signings. All right. Wide receiver Alexander Hollins. That was a good pickup. Knows the offense.
Yep.
Likely got him on a deal last minute, I'm guessing, and has worked, of course, with Maximic. So I think that helps Trey as well. So excited for that. Defensive lineman Keontae Shad. Offensive lineman Will Marotta. Keep that name in mind. It's going to come up again. Quarterback William McIlvain, which you already talked about. Running back Jonathan Rosary, who was from the U of A. And was able to participate in rookie camp. Defensive back Romeo Nash, wide receiver Jackson Tuchinski, offensive lineman Wyatt Hansen, running back Dwayne McBride, and I say it that way because that's the way it's spelled. Defensive lineman Shackle Brown, as you were already talking about there, Kayla. Defensive back Jarmaine Dubs, wide receiver Kieris Jackson, which
that name quite a bit.
We did say that name quite a bit. Wide receiver Marcus Roseme Jacksaint, and linebacker Darian Butler. So lots of different guys to get through. Now, there was some releases since we last chatted, though. Wide receiver Frederick Antoine, offensive lineman Patrick Lavoie, quarterback Jarrett Daggy, as we spoke about. Defensive back Kai Gray, and that was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
Again, 2 seasons ago, he was our the West's Rookie of the Year nomination.
Yeah,
absolutely. And it was 2 days before rookie camp, so I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but I wonder if there might be a medical type issue. You never know. Something little odd for sure.
Yep.
Defensive lineman Daniel Joseph. Wide receiver Germinic Smith, which Mike, I remember you were saying that you were a little bit surprised by that, but I think the steps forward by Arkell has kind of made that.
I just thought he'd at least get a chance to be in camp.
Yeah, exactly. Defensive back from Beaumont, Jake Taylor.
That sucks.
That's a tough one because we all like Jake and Mike, of course. And so that's an unfortunate one for sure. Offensive lineman Tomas Jack Cardilla, another one that was a bit of a surprise. Yeah. Now he was injured through the second half of last season, so maybe he just hasn't fully recovered
maybe
point.
We're guessing at this point, but
exactly. And post rookie camp, we DB Braxton Clark, wide receiver Jacob Copeland, defensive back Jermaine Dubs. Geez, did I say that name earlier? I did. Wide receiver Devron Harper, defensive back Kaylon Kennedy, offensive lineman Will Marotta. Told you it would come up again. Wide receiver Marshall Martin IV, or as we like to call him, Eminem. Defensive back Harold Nash III, defensive lineman Micah Roan, defensive back Willie Roberts, running back Jonathan Rosary, which is sad about. I mean, I see their running backs that we have now. I get it,
Yeah.
but I wanted
Don't.
him to make the team.
Yeah.
Kicker Toshiki Sato, global kicker, which that was a little bit of a surprise as well, just
Yeah.
for having enough kickers in camp. But
Yeah, he's older than I thought too. I mean, he's 31.
okay,
Is
Okay.
he?
Yeah.
so no, that could play a role.
Born
for
in
sure.
93.
Oh, he was born in the 1900s,
He was
Jeez.
just like us.
just like us.
Yeah. Defensive lineman Jordan Strachan, defensive lineman David Iguiogo Boo.
I'm not entirely
Yeah.
sure.
David
that's as good as
Yu.
Well
any-
done. Well done.
Yeah. And defensive lineman Ali Fayyad. So there was lots of changes just to get us to the camp
Mhm.
roster that we needed to be at. And I expect that I don't know. I think that we'll probably see some cuts after the first preseason game, would be my guess.
Yeah, it makes sense. You want to be able to focus on the guys you're a little more sure of, or the bubble guys anyway. At that
Yeah.
point, guys, you're like, I just don't think they've got it for this season. Then might be let go. So we'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you sign somebody and then release them, is that generally because they failed a medical or something like that?
Either that
Sometimes.
or some of these guys, they were signed because to be brought into rookie camp.
Yep.
And then with the whole idea that you have to make it out of rookie camp to get to main
Gotcha.
camp, and then they got cut before main
Yeah,
camp.
Gotcha.
We had to have a max of 85 plus the non-counters.
Right.
So if you want to sign somebody else, someone has to leave.
Okay.
So sometimes
Yeah,
that
yeah.
happens as well, right?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
there's lots
That
of
would
different
just-
reasons.
I know they're probably prepared for things like that, but that would just suck to be like, yeah, I'm signed, and then you just can't produce in rookie camp or
Yeah.
don't pass medicals or whatever. But that would just still suck.
It
I'm
would.
signed. We're gonna carry on. Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't do it, Mom.
Ooh, earns.
Sorry.
all of the we hardly knew ye guys that
Yeah,
have been
yeah.
on the team. So needless to say, I loved how at the end of rookie camp, Killer did a talk to the guys saying, even though you may not be one of the people who gets to move on today, that doesn't mean your football career is over, and it doesn't mean that
Right.
you're a bad person, you are a bad player. It's just that we had other ones that we needed to go with, and I thought it was a good
way to let someone down for sure.
Yeah.
right, and just try to give that balance for them, right?
Yeah.
So I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty good.
And it's not like the chemistry is not always there too, right? Like you might be a fabulous football player, but you just don't have chemistry with your quarterback or with the D line or something like it, or even with the coaching. Like it's just not a good fit for you. Doesn't mean that you're any less of a player sometimes. But yeah, no, that's a good point. I didn't hear that, but that's nice to hear.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good. They had a little wrap up on socials after rookie camp, and they had that interview, so that was pretty good.
That's good.
And before we get to Horde and Tell, but just because it was also hilarious, was the interview with Trey Ford after day one, where I was able to ask him how he felt about on the roster sheet how he was listed as 1 inch taller than his brother.
Yeah.
Exactly, the big wink. And of course that he was competing with his brother for a quarterback spot, which we didn't know.
Right.
But thank you, Trey, for having some fun with that.
Mhm.
I like that we can have a little bit of fun in those conversations and as well. So that was
Absolutely.
that was awesome. All right, Mike, ready for some Horde and Tell?
Sure, always.
Ooh.
All right, here we go.
It's time for Horde and Tell.
Woohoo!
Woo, we're back.
There he is. There he is. A super fan.
You can never get
Oh.
enough. I
I
got
love
my
it.
money's worth out of this hat, let me tell you.
Yeah, I tell you,
Um,
I wore my Freep one on Sunday.
I
just for you.
saw. I remember.
Mhm.
So yeah, this one I just received today. Was great to find out it was here. So got to race home after camp and able to open up the box with this in it. So this episode is brought to you by the letters EE and the numbers 1, 9, 7, and 6. 1976. So 1976, like every year, we had ourselves an annual dinner, and this would have been the program for it. Lovely a little program at the Edmonton Plaza Hotel on October 27th, 1976.
The 13th annual. Yes.
13th annual from 64 to 76 at this point. Lots of interesting stuff with all the patrons and the acknowledgements. I think there's a little bit of a schedule in here. There it is.
No.
Oh,
Look at that
Look
menu.
at that.
hey?
Look at that menu. What is that? Turner. Oh, that's a lot of different.
Turner Valley, yeah. But
Those are-
the
yeah.
food items are all there.
Of course. Yes. Wow.
There's the
Good to know what
schedule,
we're
and on the
gonna eat.
very back, the 1976 team.
Nice.
Nice.
Look at some of
Yeah.
these. And one of the things in here it talks about on the schedule,
On the
you can
schedule.
see there at what is that, 9:40 p.m. draws. So that's where you can win
Oh.
some prizes. And the person that had this
Oh.
won the draw and picked
Oh.
up from 1976 this beautiful team signed ball from the 76 team.
Seriously,
Wow.
Michael.
Cool.
So I did not have a
That's so
76 ball, so I was absolutely thrilled to get this one. 29 signatures. Some of the highlights: Larry Highbaugh, Roy Bell in his final year, John Farlinger, Tom Towns, Don Warrington, Dave Cutler, Joe Holloman in his rookie season,
Wow.
Dale Potter and Tom Towns, Danny Kepley, the last season for John Beaton, last season for let's see who else would have been there: Ernest Kirk, Larry Watkins, offensive lineman, Rob McLaren, Calvin Harrell, there was Roy Bell as well, and the rookie seasons for Eric Upton would have been his
Oh.
first year. He's on here. Let's see who else: York Henschel, and who else's rookie season? Holloman, like I said.
Oh wow.
So, yeah.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. It's of all the balls behind me, I did have 5 from the 70s. All of them were the odd numbers: 71, 3, 5, 7, and 9. That's my first even number from that. That brings the number back there to 46 different seasons with the team signed ball. So yeah, pretty thrilled about that.
Wow. That's crazy. Like
Yeah.
I mean, this is the team's 76th season, and you have 46 of them with signed
Yeah.
footballs. Crazy.
Yeah, just missing 1 from the 80s, and still 4 more from the 70s. But yeah, not bad for from 68 on. I'm doing pretty well. I think I'm
You're
about 10
doing
away.
Wow. Oh, you're muted, Kayla. Yeah.
Just forgot about that. You have everything insured, right?
Oh yeah, there's insurance.
Okay. Okay. As an insurance
You think?
professional, thank you.
Excellent. Yes. Yeah, that would make me very sad, but at least, financially there'd be some sort of compensation. But
Oh yeah,
still,
for sure.
let's just avoid all of that entirely.
I feel like
That-
usually if you have the insurance, it kind of is like fate is like, ooh, okay,
Yeah.
moving on.
Right.
Yeah, we won't let that happen then. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike likes showing off his balls, said Jerry. Well, that just
No, it's
brought us
Leanne.
yeah. Leanne says your balls are the envy of many. I don't
Well,
wow.
you don't know where to go with that.
This show is really yeah.
Yeah.
Title of the podcast. Mike shows
There
off
it
his
is.
balls. Yeah. Okay, perfect. I can't wait to make
There
the
we
little
Oh, that's gonna go over well.
jump
Absolutely.
out screen for that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, yeah. lowest viewed podcast ever. Yeah. Mike
Yeah.
shows off his balls. Yeah, that's
So thrilled my mom is watching.
yeah. Yeah, well, okay. All right, let's talk about because I know we need to get closer to the end here with the game on and all those things.
Yep.
So let's talk about Fan Day. Fan Day
Okay.
is this coming Saturday, May the 17th. It is out at Emerald Field in Sherwood Park and runs from 10 until 2. They will have some merch there. They will have some food
do.
trucks. And you get to watch the practice, and get some autographs. So
Yeah, meet some players, talk to the new guys, talk to the old guys.
exactly. You can also come and meet your favorite radio people like Dave and Morley.
That's true.
Correct. Yeah. While you're saying hi to those people, you can stop by to and say hi to us if you'd like. We will have some stickers there. We will have the very last bit of the 2024 tailgate pins that
Collector's
if you
item.
missed one, now you could get one because that's got to be the end there. Got to meet number 9. Leanne says, yeah, Royce.
Oh,
Royce is going to have a few people wanting to say hello for sure.
He's going to sell a lot of jerseys.
He sure is.
Christine, she's just sold him today.
Yeah.
Absolutely, such glowing reviews about him. So when he wins the hearts of the team store, he's a good guy.
He's a keeper.
Yes.
Yeah,
He is absolutely. So join us on Saturday from 10 until 2. We're excited to see you all and get a chance to talk some more football with you guys live in person. So come down and find us there. Before we sign off there, Superfan, is there any fan questions that have come up that we need to tackle?
There's been good stuff in the chat. First off, we got from our good friend Tyler Hill, the 5th Beatle.
Ooh, yes.
Andrew, are you prepping your night before football poem?
Well, I appreciate the reminder. I have not started my prep of that
you got time
because I had 2 weeks to be away and not be doing anything as far as work is related and or podcast is related. So but yes, I will get to work on the night before football poem.
Outstanding.
So that we can have that the week before everything starts.
Oh, I can't wait. It's so close.
Oh, it is close. Now it just increased my anxiety level by a bit, but that's fine. It's all good.
Now, is it before preseason, or do you have a little leeway of the first?
I do.
Season?
It's regular season. Yes.
Okay, so you have some time. You have some time.
I can work on it. Yes.
You got time.
Yeah, exactly. One of these years, I am gonna get Rod Smith to read the night before football. I just know it. I'm just gonna work on it really hard. Come on, Rod.
Come on, Dave Campbell. Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Oh, Dave Campbell reading it? That would be good.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh,
that deep baritone just rattling around his chest forever.
That's right. I could get I'll write it. Oh, I have some good ideas now.
Okay.
This has got some things going. Yeah, okay. That's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Perfect. As
I could put something in there about Dave, telling Trey to clock the ball. I could do that. Yeah. Leanne says, "Oh my God, yes, silky smooth." Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Hello,
true.
Leanne.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the same.
Good.
Not bad, eh?
Good.
I've been working on my Dave.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I can't carry it on for too long because it starts to hurt my chest.
Yeah. There's only one Dave.
That's right.
Exactly.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leanne couldn't handle if there was more than one.
That's right. Yeah.
What
else in there?
Yeah, you bet. Cole McGarvey, very jealous of the shirts, guys.
You can have your own.
That's right. You can have your own, Cole.
Yeah.
Do you know where you find those?
Tell us where.
Sports.ca/CFL-gear.
Could be a shirt. Could be a hoodie.
Hoodie. Mm-hmm.
They got them both.
I'm just saying, Cam, if you got a crew neck, just saying.
Just saying.
I can't say no to crew necks. I just can't.
Yep.
No.
Speaking of Cole, he also wants to know, curious to know how much of a role Alex Hollins will have, considering BC is paying him $75,000 still. That's very kind of them.
Yeah, it is very kind of them.
He's been starting at that starting wideout, so
yes, and
I'd say pretty good.
I think he's gonna have a role. Yep.
It's just you're paying him. That's very kind.
That's great. It's easier for us to have him
than
somebody else is paying.
In some ways, you're paying him to beat you. So
just
saying. Gauntlet.
Also, title of the podcast.
Yep.
Paying him to beat you. Okay.
Just saying. Speaking of receivers, Leanne wants to know, how's Curly Mittens looking so far?
He's looking great.
Yeah.
KGJ and KJG are both.
It's going to be confusing.
I can't wait to be writing the podcast shows and any type of article that I have to write. Oh my. I'm gonna use the initials for everybody just to make it more fun.
Right.
But yeah, no, both been looking pretty good so far.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yep.
And
Oh,
again,
yeah.
starting. So I mean, there's
Mhm.
4 of your starters with Dunbar and
I was gonna
and
say
Alex Hollins, and
it's so nice to see Steven Dunbar back. It
Yeah.
really is. It's such a treat to watch him. Just
I liked him when he was here. He got
Yep.
injured, so it didn't help. But
Yep.
I mean, we're talking again a top 4 receiver last year.
yeah, that's what I was
Alex
gonna say.
Hollins
Killer
the
game
year
last year.
before,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
not bad.
Yep.
That's not a bad receiver.
Alex Hollins to me, the reason that I like him so much is that I picked him in my fantasy against Winnipeg the week that I was there, and he like torched them
Lit
for
it
like
up.
200 yards and was so Alex, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that BC is paying you to be here.
That's right. And he is wearing Leanne's favorite number 11.
No,
11
that's
is
Grant,
Kaon.
isn't it?
Oh, it's Kaon, right? Sorry,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
all right. He's
yeah.
13.
That's
But she
KJG.
does still like number 9, so that's good.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. Gotta meet Mitchie.
Mitchie.
Yeah.
Cliffy D says,
Oh,
as corny as it may sound, there is a poetic beauty of watching grown men smack each other around in a football field for the first time in several months.
So true.
poetic beauty is
Actual.
one way to put it. Yes.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Nope. I'm waiting for Pads Day where then it'll be like, oh, whammo.
Now there's a smacking sound. Yeah.
I love it. Yes. Although there was a punt on Sunday that even Kayla turned to me and was like, "Did you like feel that?"
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was intense.
That's a loud.
Kind of liked it.
Yeah.
It's true.
Wow.
I
Fancy.
like it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Leanne says, I watched some of the interviews of the rookies, was excited. Then all the players I watched got cut.
yeah.
Oh no.
I'm glad he didn't buy a jersey. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Got a custom jersey made.
Yeah, don't buy a jersey till the final cuts of training camp. That's
And even then,
Mhm.
be real sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Having
Yep.
bought a jersey and having, the John White jersey, and he gets a
Oh,
Achilles tendon in training camp in
Oh, yeah.
2015. Good times.
yeah. That was yeah. mhm.
You're there.
Sorry,
Howie.
Juan Blanco.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we've got our good friend Jerry also on Vancouver Island. I only have one question. Do I need to get out on the field and practice my place kicking, or do we have a guy who can get the job done? How good is your Aussie accent? Because, I mean, if you can punt, you can,
Yeah, just yes. And
Cody Grace,
I mean,
Jerry from
really,
Vancouver Island, come on.
they look like twins.
They really do.
Yep. mhm. Same
there you go.
hairdo as me. It's great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Perfect. So just practice that Aussie accent. Kicking's been interesting. I think that's going to be a tough one between Campbell Fair and Vincent Blanchard.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, they seem very neck and neck in this. So that to me is one I've been really wanting to see how that's going to play out. So we may not know until the final cuts.
different strengths, would you say? I feel like, I don't know,
Yeah.
Vincent has a longer hang time than Campbell, but I'm not sure.
Maybe a longer range for sure. Like they were both kicking 52 yarders,
Yeah.
but Blanchard's went further into the end zone. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Blanchard has a great leg. Lots of length, lots of strength in his leg.
Mhm.
I think that Campbell Fair is better at kickoffs and seem to have a little more accuracy inside the 40, but
Right.
it's a great battle between
Yeah.
the two of them, and very, very close. Like Mike said, I wouldn't know. Yes, it's only been 2 days, but I wouldn't know who to call at
No.
this point.
I think that you might say Campbell Fair has a bit of a leg up in that he has that past relationship with Killam,
Right.
with Coach Killer. But I mean, if you had to just pick one and say one is definitively better than the other, I'm not sure we could do it.
no, I don't think
Great
so.
problem to have.
Yeah, there you go. Come on in here, Jerry, and you can give us your more seasoned
Exactly.
opinion there.
Yeah,
You have more an expert opinion on kickers than we do. So,
Yep.
come
Come on
on out. Why not?
Yeah,
One of these
well,
days, he's going to be here for camp. I'm telling you.
I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely. Leanne also wants to know, when's the pod with David Morley?
the pod with Dave and Morley, that usually happens as camp gets close to wrapping up and we
Yep.
get to the first game of the season.
Yeah.
So our first game is on
24th?
June the 6th.
Oh,
Is that
regular
it?
season, yeah.
Regular season. So if I remember correctly, it is on June the hang on a second. Let me bring that up. Here we are. June the 7th. Okay. So I hope that it will be on June the 3rd that we will have Dave and Morley, because
Nice.
that would be the basically post training camp. And that's our season preview. And that's
Mhm.
when we do.
And then Dave could read the night before.
night
football.
before. Yeah, he
It's
could.
just working out.
It's all working out.
Beautiful.
Next week, we will likely just be us again, unless we have another guest.
Unless
that
it isn't.
wants to join in. Yeah, you never know. And then on the 27th should be when we would have Paul joining us, because then we will be looking at the Jimmy Gaines Award winners. So, so yes, those are the ones in the coming weeks. So join us if you can.
Yep, just a couple more here. Leanne says, classy move by Killam to give that speech to the rookies, liking him more and more. Jerry says, I've been really impressed with the coach's approach to the camp and the players. I think
Mhm.
that's something we've really all agreed on for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Tim Capper wants to know thoughts on the CFL on CTV expanding their coverage. Certainly, I love seeing it where there's more opportunity for people that maybe just have what they call terrestrial television, non-satellite TV to be able to watch. People maybe they're out of the cabin or whatever, will be able to chance to watch things on CTV. The flip side to that is there are a lot of people that are the cord cutters, the cable cutters that aren't going to necessarily they have to pay for TSN now and CTV. So I see both sides of it, but I think it's an opportunity to expand to a lot of people. So
yeah,
I'm
I
in
agree.
favor.
Yeah, more options to try and get to more people is not a
Exactly.
bad thing.
Yeah, I'd like to know if they're going to announce the preseason schedule.
They did.
Did they? Oh, I missed
yeah,
it.
they did announce it.
been
And
away.
the games that they are showing on TSN are Toronto Hamilton and Ottawa Montreal.
So the Easter ones, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Now, supposedly, what they have said is that all of the other games will be streamed on the TSN Plus.
Good. So we'll have a chance to watch them.
So there is a chance to get them if you have TSN Plus, that you should be able to see them. And then, there you go. Jerry saying that the CTV games this year are simulcast on TSN.
Awesome.
So that's great. So you can get them either way. Love
Yep.
that.
That is fantastic.
But yeah, so all of the different preseason games should be available. The main preseason games that I'm interested in are, of course, the Elks ones, and I am planning to travel down to Calgary for the one away, and then of
Nice.
course I'll be here for the one here, and then I will be in BC for the season
Where
opener.
do you go?
That's a lot of
for,
football.
That's a lot of football, I tell you.
Yes.
So excited.
Yes.
So that is the plan. So we will have I'm excited to see, but I'm glad they are showing the other preseason games. I'll probably pick up and watch some of them just to kind of get a feel of kind of who we're playing against. I think that would be okay.
Yeah, for sure. Leanne's asking, when are the new jerseys being unveiled? What new jerseys?
There's new jerseys.
I have not heard. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Correct. I'm
If
going to
they
plead the
were-
5th.
They would probably be in early June. That's when I would do it.
That's I mean, if it was up to me, it would probably be pretty close. Probably before they would play at home, you would think.
Yeah, or before the season, like get people excited.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Apparently, there were some ads in the game tonight. So
Apparently,
maybe there's information there. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because we're here. 'Cause
exactly.
we love you people.
That's because here we are talking to you people
Because we love you.
because we love you so much. That's right.
You know, before Father's Day, yes, I would imagine. Again, if it was going to happen,
Yeah,
that's before Father's Day. So
yeah, I would say so. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's good. It's a great plan anyway.
Right.
That's what we're
Again,
going
what they do, not up to us.
with. Totally not. Great plan.
That's right.
Pulled my tray forward there. Did you like that?
Yeah, it was beautiful. Like
Thanks.
looking in a mirror. And let's wrap
Spot
tonight
on.
up. So everyone can
a
get the
mirror
hockey-
that makes the person 100 years old.
a
Sure,
funny
yes.
mirror,
Yeah,
funhouse
it's
mirror.
One of those.
Whatever.
Yeah, funhouse mirror. That's fair. Yeah.
So again, last one before we all go and watch some hockey or whatever. Organic Lives, this goes to our good friend in Montreal, Cliffy D. Pine.
Oh,
I'm glad you were enjoying the Cody Fajardo experience, FYJW, whatever that could stand for, and FYIP.
yeah.
I'll let Andrew forget what that stands for.
Oh, I know what it stands for. It's
Oh,
wonderful. Yeah, it's outstanding. Yeah.
Oh, Cliffy, so
Yes.
nice to have you back.
And on that note, get your FYIP shirts on zazzle.ca/store/
If you know, you know.
_district_shop. That's right. If you know, you know. Grab your shirts. Thank you, Cliffy D, as always, for that fun. Because that is amazing. That's very funny. All right. Well, before we leave, make sure that you follow our good friends at Pay It Forward with
Yeah.
Football. Looks like their event went really, really well
Absolutely.
this last weekend. So just reach out and see how you can help. They're all about spreading kindness, and there's nothing more that we need in this world than spreading some kindness around.
true.
So, Superfan, where does everybody find you on the
Medias of
socials?
social.
Yes.
You can find me pretty much everywhere at 56 Parkies and the Edmonton football history with everything from the Hoard and Tell and the historical side of football at the Edmonton football history account at EDMHISTOREE.
Wonderful. And Commissioner?
The Twitter box at Duchess Lombardi.
Lovely. Back at it now. Hey? 'Cause
Twix.
now-
Ah,
Yeah. 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 All right then.
yeah, I will.
I thought you were reading Leanne's last comment.
Oh. Is that
Ah,
it's a separate socials account for
What's the
title of
third
podcast.
one? What's the third one?
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Love that. I can't wait to see that account with that picture of you holding that. Okay. Don't forget to get your Radically Canadian t-shirts. lansdownsports.ca/CFL-gear. And of course, follow the show at the Turf District on all of the different socials. And if you could do us a favor and throw us a like or
Yeah.
a subscribe or a review or a share, any of those things help to grow the show. Really like it. If you're watching on YouTube, just hit the like button. That's it. That's great. We love all your comments. Just hit the like. That'd be wonderful. Thank you so much for that. And of course, check out our friend Janelle's Chosen Family League Zazzle page as well,
Yeah.
where you can get some gear that all helps CFL fans fight cancer, who now also have some gear. So, check
cool.
all of that stuff out, because we just want to represent all of our CFL family.
Yes.
All right, we will be back next week. Yes, next week we are back because it is time to go weekly once again as we get into some games coming our way. We will have a training camp update, but of course we will actually be able to preview a preseason game, which is awesome. And I highly recommend you tune in next week, as we will launch a new segment on the program.
Very exciting.
Yes. So tune in. We are very excited for this. So be a part of it next week, 7:30 at our usual time on Tuesdays, and join us live then. So for Commissioner K and Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face. We will absolutely talk to you in 1 week.
Yes, sir.